DIECAST NORBZ is a channel devoted to the teen to adult toy collector, pop culture fans, and fellow nerd enthusiasts. This is a PG-13 channel. I might say so. Viewer and parental discretion is advised. Hello to every single person out there. Welcome back to the show. Welcome back. I hope that you are all coming here feeling great. I hope you're actually coming here looking good and feeling good. And you look amazing. You look incredible. You are fantastically splendiferous. And you are pretty cool too. It's time for another episode of DIECAST NORBZ Galactic Hooligan. And I am here today to give you something interesting because GhostMax has, through the kindness of his heart, and you've actually seen it in my Hey Man, What's in the Box, where he actually sent me BattleCat. And because of that, I had actually decided to invest in a couple of other figures also. So we're actually taking a look at He-Man as well and Skeletor lightly, but mostly this is actually all going to be about BattleCat. Now, Uncle Nerd from Tough Toy Nerds has actually kept on telling me about everything that was actually positive about Masters of the Universe. So because BBTS was actually giving actually had these two guys on sale for like about $11.50 a piece, I'd be robbing myself if I actually didn't get these guys. So I decided to invest a little bit into a small Masters of the Universe collection. I'm still looking around for Stratos because Stratos is amazing. But this guy over here always wanted a BattleCat. I kept on seeing him around. I kept on seeing, like, even when he was in Ross, I kept on saying to myself, I don't have the room. I don't have the room, you know? And then all of a sudden, GhostMax, out of the kindness of his heart, actually sent this guy to me, and I made some room, baby. I made some room. So we're going to be taking a look at this masterful MFR here. Welcome to the show. If you haven't already, please hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell, as I'm actually going to try to come through over to you in magical 3D or 2D, whichever one you're actually seeing it right now. Also, please, just hit the subscribe button. Get me up to, let's see, right now I'm actually at 8:30. Through the kindness of every single person that's watching right now, I really appreciate it. Help get me over to my first 1,000 and then a 1 billion overnight, as I'm actually defeating the algorithm gods that have actually kept me at bay for a little while. So I appreciate you all coming in. And now let's take a look at BattleCat. So I actually have this all tilted out for like extra drama, you know, but I am super happy with what we actually got over here with the Mattel figures and everything. We are taking a look at He-Man's, Masters of the Universe Masterverse BattleCat right over here from the Masters of the Universe Revelation collection, and I'm actually really ecstatic about having this guy so much and everything. Like, I'll tell you, GhostMax actually really surprised me when he sent me this figure all together. So excited about getting BattleCat that I actually had to get He-Man and Skeletor over here, and I actually have to say, I'm actually kind of like looking at them as like more like accessories for BattleCat more than anything else, you know? Because BattleCat really brings the moxie when it actually comes down to having an action figure. And I actually kind of thought that He-Man would have actually been like the accentuator, the character that you would actually have for making BattleCat look better. But I'll tell you, BattleCat can actually stand on his own. Let's take a look at this guy. So let me tell you, BattleCat really does bring the moxie when it comes down to being a great figure and everything all together, and I'm super happy to have him in hand. I actually have to bring the camera back a little bit, but I can't bring him back too much or anything like that because like my lighting source is actually like in a conspicuous spot and everything. I don't want to lose my camera here or anything like that. But Battlecat is just super awesome. The one point of chagrin that I actually have for him is that the paint that's actually over here came off a little bit and everything, and I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to match that along with anything else whatsoever. But he's great though. He is so huge, actually. You know, like, I am actually really ecstatic about how big this guy actually is. He actually has these glaring teeth right over here that I love so much. Hold on, let's see. Let me give you like a little bit of a look at his base model here and everything, because once you actually take this off, he is cringer. And I'll actually say, like, I know, like, Uncle Nerd actually had this whole thing for like not liking his face or anything like that, but he's actually pretty okay. And the only reason why I wanted to take off his armor right now is because I kind of like wanted to show you exactly what the base cat mode actually looks like. He is super awesome, and I'm loving all these points of articulation all around him and everything. Like, he is just ecstatic. Points of articulation are, he can actually bring his head back, well, like back and forth like this. He can actually move his head back and forth like that. He actually has an opening and closing jaw. He actually has this neck right over here, which is exquisite. I love the fact that he can actually like just have this cat-like presence and everything like that, looking like a cat and everything, doing everything the cat actually should. He actually has an inside out over here. You can actually bring it, I want to say like about 360 degrees, but there are points of the plastic that are actually stopping him that are actually stopping his arms and everything altogether. He actually has a bicep curl right over here and everything, so that's like about 90 degrees, and it goes like in about 2 or 3 clicks in and everything, which is, it's kind of like, not ratcheted, but it's almost kind of ratcheted, you know? He can actually bring his paw up and down like that. He can actually twist the upper bicep right over here to a 360 degrees, so that's great. He actually has like a bit of a turn over here, which is actually great because I love that added articulation here and everything like that, because that's very cat-like. You actually have a 3-sectional ab crunch right over here, so that's actually really nice. But not only that, but he actually does like turn like a cat actually should. I love this so much. He actually has that sleekness that a cat actually should have here and everything. That turn actually means so much when you're actually talking about a cat, so I love that altogether. And then we actually have kick right over here. He actually comes up to like about this high and everything when he's actually like running poses and that sort of thing. He can bring his hind legs back a bit like that far and everything, so that's not too bad. He also has like his front shoulder can actually go out to like about that far and everything, making some really impressive striking poses and everything like that, you know, so that's super nice. He can bring his knee up to like about there, and then his hind leg quarters, you actually have like a little bit of a turn here also and everything. You actually have his lower paws right over here, and then over here we actually have his tail that even moves, and that's actually really nice. I don't think it's not really made with that bendy material. I've actually had it for a while. I should have actually experimented with that, but he can actually bring his tail like this, and then he can actually bring his tail up and down, so that's really nice, and that is super great for everything that a cat should actually do in Battlecat or Cringer here and everything. So I really love this so much and everything. He's actually so great. I'm gonna turn on the light on my phone here so you can actually see a little bit more of like what he actually does do. And I can actually honestly understand why Uncle Nerd didn't really like his face as much or anything like that. It's kind of, it's a cat, you know what I mean? It's a big cat, and I can actually see where he would actually think that it was actually kind of derpy and everything like that, but he is, I mean, he's actually doing everything that he should actually do and everything from this cartoon model and everything, and that's really great. But once He-Man says, "I have the power," Imbued with the strength of Castle Grayskull, he becomes Battlecat again, and I love this. I love this so much. That head sculpt is actually amazing. Just let me put He-Man over here for a moment. We'll actually touch base on He-Man in just a second, but I really love the way this actually looks and everything. He actually looks exactly like what he was actually supposed to look like, even what he was actually supposed to look like back in the 80s. Even better now because of the fact that we actually have like so much more in the way of articulation and everything, in the way of like styling and that sort of thing. Like it kind of looks like our He-Man figures have actually grown up, and I am here for it. I love it so much. I keep on contemplating now that I keep on seeing like a lot of people actually getting some of the newer like Masters of the Universe figures, if I might think about like collecting a few more of them, but I don't have the room, you know what I mean? But at the same time, they're so good though. They're so great. And one thing that I love about it is just this robust plastic that we're actually getting over here. I'm loving all the textured outlines and everything that's actually going on in here. I love this green. This green is actually so perfect. That yellow is actually this kind of like orangish yellow that's actually coming right over here. Just really, really nice. I kind of wish that we could have actually picked up a little bit more on the paint over here, and we could have actually like maybe had like an extra overlay over something that's actually more leather-like to get to be over here and everything like that, so we didn't actually have to worry about like any of the paint rubbing off if He-Man or any of his other figures were actually riding him and everything like that altogether. I don't know if this was actually me or if this was actually like me putting He-Man on here and everything like that too, but then, you know, like again, this piece right over here just looks like it was actually kind of like a paint chip or something that actually happened within the painting realm and everything that might have actually went wrong and everything, but not, it's, I mean, which is actually unfortunate. And we actually have like a little bit over here also. And just let me bring you in here so you can actually see exactly what I'm talking about. There's a little paint scuffing, nothing that a little bit of like finding the right paint couldn't cure or anything like that, but then I'm not exactly sure if I'm actually going to be able to match quite the way this texture actually goes and everything like that, you know? But I'm loving the ridges on the armor here. Really, really nice, you know? And this is actually made with like more of a flexi plastic. I don't know if the flexi plastic on here is like maybe a little bit better than what we actually have with some of the swords and some of the plastic flexi pieces that are actually coming along with Hasbro and everything. But hopefully this will actually last the test of time and everything. We shall see, you know? But like, there we go. And like, everything on here kind of like reminds me of like how Tigerhawk's like head sculpt is actually done and everything. I think Tigerhawk's was actually inspired by this, you know? But like, I love how his eyes actually come out in here and everything. That's really, really nice. It's not like, it's actually molded in here, you know what I mean? But like, there we go. There's the face of Cringer right over here, and now we actually have Battlecat. I love this so much. I'm also loving like everything that's actually going on in here. Now with Hasbro, I don't think you really see this with like a lot of their Beast Wars figures or anything like that, where they actually color the inside of the mouth as nicely as they actually did over here. We actually have his fangs over here and everything. That's actually really nice. His other inset teeth and everything. I love the fact that you actually have like a red tongue on the inside and everything. In fact, you actually look a little bit further on, and are those gums that we're actually seeing? Well, no, they're actually still red, but like still yet though. Really, really nice, and I'm actually loving how amazingly this was actually all done. And then let's just give you a side of like a look over here on this side, and you can actually see like two sets of fangs coming out like right over here, you know, and that's so great. It's actually kind of like fearsome and just battle ready and everything, and I love it. I'm not going to go into the rest of their extras and everything because they actually do get like extra hands and everything, but I just wanted to show you the quality that's actually going on in here with the Mattel figures and everything when it actually comes down to their sculpting and everything like that. There is one thing that I actually had that was actually going wrong. Like, everything around here is actually super tight. The arms are actually super tight. Like, the waist, like, you actually have like a really great ab crunch with this guy and everything like that. Like, everything you're actually getting over here is actually really super quality and everything. And like, the whole design is just super great and everything. Whoever sculpted this guy, whoever like made the original sculpt for this guy and everything, should actually be congratulated, because they actually came up with like a really good body tape here. And then we actually still have the same that same kind of thing going on over here in Skeletor. However, on my Skeletor, I actually have like a lot of loose parts and everything like that, like going on to the inside of his arm, like the outside of his shoulders right over here. Like, those were actually like super loose. I actually had to use like my Kiki's treatment in order to like fix him up and everything like that. It looks like eBay is actually kind of like doing like anyone who's actually buying Kiki's dirty right now and everything like that. So I actually have to find another solution. It's kind of like right now on eBay, it's costing like about twice the amount to actually buy it, in order for the shipping and delivery to actually kind of like get over to us and everything. So like, I'm looking for like another place where I can actually find it and everything, or like maybe another solution. I know Amazon actually has another solution that's actually works really well for like about, I want to say like about $7 or $11 or something. I can't remember offhand or anything like that, but I may be changing my brands pretty soon. But like, Skeletor, look at this guy. He's just really great and all set for evil, you know? Like, he's just really awesome. I love this fabric cape and everything, you know what I mean? Like, the quality on these figures are just like really next level and everything, and I love it so much and everything, you know? I kind of really do wish I actually had like a lot more space, because I kind of feel like these Masters of the Universe collection would actually be such a great side quest to go onto and everything like that all together and everything, you know? I wish I had like more space. I wish I had more space, you know what I mean? But like, these guys are actually great. And size comparisons for BattleCat, we have He-Man, Springer, Crystar, because I really still can't believe I have a Crystar figure. And for good measure, why not put in Skeletor over here, because, you know, why not? If you actually have a chance on getting BattleCat all together, you really should, you know, you really should invest in him. Like, he's actually just such a great figure, and I really found myself loving him a lot. Like, he's actually just like, the robust plastic is just really amazing. The super articulation is really amazing. If you love big cats, you should actually have him. If you love Masterverse, you should actually have him. If you love Transformers, you should actually have him, because he actually really fits Springer so well and everything, and like, you can't ask for a more dynamic duo than that. Case in point, I actually had to bring in Gamora and over here so you can actually see like the extreme green team that is BattleCat, Springer, and Gamora here. So, man at who? You know, like, there we go right there. And then we actually have like the new Man-at-Arms being over here, and I love cross-dimensional fun. This is actually really great, and Skeletor has more to think about now, you know what I mean? Since we actually have our heroes and heroine here and everything, and this is just really awesome. I love it so much. In any case, I'm going to give you final words in just a moment. In collecting, I will never ever tell you what to do, except this once. Get the BattleCat. Get the BattleCat. He's so good. He's good for everything. And when I'm telling you he's actually good for everything, he's good for everything. You know, it's actually really amazing about how much fun I'm actually having with this guy. If you haven't actually been able to get him yet, track him down. I'm pretty sure you can actually maybe find him over at a BBTS, or like maybe over at like a Forbidden Planet or something, or maybe on Amazon somewhere. But he's so worth it. Once you actually get him in hand, you probably will not stop playing with him for a while or anything like that. He is just so great, so superly detailed, so super amazingly fun. I love this guy so much, and I think you will too. If you actually get a chance to get him, get him. He's a part of your collection. It's like such a high recommendation for me, and I'm actually really surprised to see myself highly recommending a He-Man figure at this time and age and everything like that, but like this guy is so great though. And all the other Massiverse characters are actually really great too, you know? Don't let me stop short of that or anything, because like Mattel is actually making a great product line. I actually don't have like a whole lot of like things that I can actually say about these two, except that they're amazing, amazingly painted, amazingly sculpted, really detailed and everything, and just like really fit the part of everything that you're actually looking for in these characters. Chiseled as they actually should be, buff, you know what I mean? So like these guys are actually great for the play that you actually want for these guys and everything, for like living like the old school lifestyle of having the older He-Man figures. And you know, like for me, when it actually comes down to collecting anything, I can't go back to like the old school ways of collecting and everything like that with the almost static He-Man figures. They were great for their time, don't get me wrong, they were actually great for their time, but just the same way as I can't like really delve so far into like the older versions of G1 or anything, and they're great too, but because they were like the innovators and everything like that, but like give me these guys that actually have like fuller articulation and everything. They're so super superb and everything, you know? They're great. I love them. If you actually get a chance to find them, you won't be disappointed. And that does it for me tonight. Tonight is actually a very late night of making videos and everything, but I wanted to get a BattleCat video done and everything because I was really excited about it. I wanted to get a chance to show GhostMax my appreciation for this figure and everything. And I also wanted to like actually like talk to Uncle Nerd saying, dude, you were right. And I appreciate you all for coming along with me once again for my trip through nerddom. I really appreciate you. I appreciate you, and I appreciate you. And I love the fact that you've actually come back in again, joining me. Remember, pass me around like you've never passed anyone around before and everything, because I am really trying to make it over to my first 1,000, and then hopefully we'll actually see where everything goes. 1 billion. You know, but like, let's like let that manifest for me and everything like that. I hope you are actually having the most spectacular day that you actually can. If you are actually waking up with me today and everything, you are unbeatable. Nobody can actually defeat you whatsoever. Go out and do your thing. If this is a late night for you, I'm talking to you creatives, go out and do your thing. You know, make nobody defeat you or anything like that. You are number one. Make sure that you're actually passing around love, attention, and understanding to each and every person out there, because love is an action word. So make sure that you're actually putting that out into the universe and everything, and throw it out. Let's all be light workers, everybody. Let's throw that into the 360-degree spiral that is the Fibonacci series of the universe. Bring it back down here, because I could always use it myself. And as always, when these stop being magical, that's when I'll stop collecting. I look forward to talking to each and every one of you soon.